We pass by them every day. Countless front doors on homes big and small, old and new. We pass by without a thought about what's hidden behind many of these doors. People who need caregivers and people who are caregivers. Also hidden is the fact that many caregivers are overwhelmed by the need to provide vital daily care for loved ones who have chronic conditions. And hidden there is another truth, that eventually, nearly every one of us will need a caregiver or need to become one. Behind a door in Cedar Rapids, Louise and Bob McMaster live with Parkinson's disease. Bob was diagnosed in 1977. With the symptoms increasing over the years, his wife Louise has increasingly become his caregiver.
He was 30 years old. Over the years, things have gotten more and more challenging for him, and there are fewer things that he's able to do for himself.
Behind another door, Carol Turner cares for the needs of Susan Primrose, diagnosed with Alzheimer's in 2007.
I was unable physically to take care of her, and that was a big decision. It was hard.
Behind Beth Parker's door, the memory of how she cared for her mother following a head injury is still fresh.
It was very stressful because, I always wondered, well, am I doing the right thing? Am I, just very insecure about the whole process. It's overwhelming. It's just, no words, just, it's deep.
Carol Butts grieves the companionship she once shared with her husband, Mick. Since his Alzheimer's diagnosis in 2004, Carol has facilitated caregiver support groups and gone through a battle with cancer herself.
The day that it hit me the strongest was the day the surgeon scheduled surgery. And I didn't know who was going to take me to the hospital, who was going to stay with me afterward. Fortunately, good friends stepped in, but it's not like having a husband to support you through that. So that kind of triggered for me a lot of grieving for what our life had been, which I think is the caregiver battle.
So to be a caregiver, it takes the patience of Job, and you have to have your wits about you 24/7.
There are an estimated 42.5 million family caregivers. In East Central Iowa, that number is over 52,000. Nationwide, there are only a few family caregiver centers and none in Iowa. But soon, there will be. Mercy Medical Center is establishing the area's only comprehensive family caregiver center.
This Family Caregiver Center is open to anyone, regardless of where the hospital affiliation or their doctor is affiliated with. We want to serve the community.
What we have adopted is a view of our community to look to see what may be missing, and then to dedicate ourselves to filling that gap. And so what's exciting about this for us is we've identified a gap, we're meeting that.
At the core of our model will be a one-on-one connection for each caregiver with a coach to help develop a plan of care. The Family Caregiver Center has already developed working relationships with United Way, the Heritage Agency on Aging, Aging Services, and the Alzheimer's Association, all who support this innovative concept.
It's an exciting time for the community in the fact that it can bridge gaps with service providers and getting people connected to where they need to be.
This resource center is an opportunity for everybody in the community to find an access point, regardless of where they go to for their care, to tap into the expertise of others that have been through similar circumstances, to coordinate what they're dealing with and finding out what resources are available.
Caregivers will also have access to a 24-hour care line for immediate help, connecting them to trained volunteers and appropriate services.
The Caregiver Center and the caregiver coaches will stick with the person from beginning until end if that's what the caregiver and the care receiver wish to have happen.
The Family Caregivers Center will be located at 901 8th Avenue Southeast on the Mercy Medical Center campus. The Mercy Foundation is seeking donations to build an endowment which will provide for resources, education, and therapies, including hourly and overnight respite.
Mercy was founded upon the generosity of this community. There will be an opportunity for countless individuals to join us in this effort in countless ways. My sense is that what this program is a year from now may look very different than what we believe it to be today, but a far better program as a result of that.
What you help us create will be a legacy of better service to the growing number of caregivers and receivers. And it's likely the contribution you make will benefit you or someone you love. Help us open the doors to reach caregivers in need and to provide help through the Family Caregivers Center.